Welcome to Let's Talk Podcast. It's my pleasure having you here in my interrogation room. It's a very big pleasure having you here. And first of all, I'll just want to know, how was your journey down here, knowing how the weather was not a funny one at all. So how was your journey down here and all the rest?
Thank you very much. Coming here, my journey was a bit hectic due to the rain and all that, but I just found myself here anyways.
Okay, so I think I also want to appreciate you for valuing us that you still tried your best to make it down here. It's a very big pleasure to have you here. And first of all, before we go down, I would love you to introduce yourself to my audience. I would love you to introduce yourself to them.
Okay, my name is Blessing Godwin and I'm an advocate for girl child and I'm also a content creator.
Okay, welcome Blessing Godwin into Let's Talk Podcast. And I love the fact that you're a girl child advocate and a content creator, because there is a lot going on right now when it comes to the girl child world, when it comes to the female child world. Then we use a general word because most people will be like, I'm not a girl, right? I'm a lady, I'm a woman and all the rest. So I would just love to generalize it, the female world. So a lot is actually going on there. Yes, like a lot. And I would love us to have contradictions on that. I would love us to have conversations on that. Yes, I want to understand some things better. And just like as Steve Covey will say, understanding is the soil in which outstanding performance takes root. So I want us to have that outstanding performance. I want us to have that understanding of the root of our problems and how do we solve it. So once again, I'll say welcome to Let's Talk Podcast. I would love to go very brief and very fast. Yes, very brief and very fast. With the fact that looking at the current world of the girl child or the female world, as I said, there is a lot of controversies going on. There's a lot of things going on that, especially in this our part of the world, which is Nigeria, there's a lot going on. What do you have to say about this? I don't want to be specific for now, but we'll dive into more things that I'll have to be specific of what I'm saying about. So I would love you to, what do you think is that thing that is ongoing in the world, in the female child world, that nobody's actually talking about, everybody's keeping silent about it?
Okay, first of all, the girl child world, some of them go through comparison, like you are a girl, so you cannot do better than a guy, and you are a girl child, so what do you have to offer in the society? Where after some time you get married and your name will no longer be heard. And some girls also in the world, they go through molest, like somehow someone comes to molest them and tell them not to speak up, because they feel that if as a girl you come out, nobody wants to listen to you because they are scared that if you speak, nobody will believe you. So these are some of the things that they are facing around the world. That yes, that's like I say, I want to be an advocate for them.
Okay, being an advocate on your journey so far, I think I followed your page on your journey of being a girl child advocate for up to a year now, or more than a year. Yes, by December should make it 2 or 3 years. 2 years. I've personally been following up your page. Yes. So, use your journey of advocating for the girl child. What are your new discoveries? What are those things that you are discovering day by day? You are unfolding them nearly every day. You feel these things, I just discovered this part. It's not working out for the female child. There should be a change. There should not be a change. I want you to just go brief down into that.
Okay. In my journey, I've discovered so many things. First of all, let's go into the digital world. Now, there's some digital skill that they feel that is not meant for girls.
Like, hold on, like which digital skill?
Yes.
Like which digital skill?
Like, let me just use the lower one, computer literate first.
Okay.
Some people feel that a girl cannot really understand what a system have inside, so they tend not to want to teach her.
But you know, I would love to counter you with that, yes, because I would say that I've not come across, personally, I've not come across where there is a limitation to saying, okay, this skill is not to be done by a female child. Because when we talk about graphic designers, I know women that are there, female that are there, the girl child that are there. I have an event coming up and it's the girl child. It's actually a female that's actually running my designs for me. I have other friends. I have a friend, a girl, she's into Forex. That's still the tech world. So I can actually stand out to argue with you that being a computer literate has never been limited to a female child.
Okay, fine. Let's say, for instance, a girl that has an ability to comprehend some things, and if she asks I remember one girl, she was learning something and she was asking her teacher that, sir, please, I can't understand this part of what you're explaining. And he was like, why can't you be like the other boys? Why do I have to go over it over and over before you get it? And the girl felt so bad because she didn't expect that kind of response from her teacher, because whereas they are trying to carry everybody along, but because he feel that the boys are more brighter than them, so he didn't want to go over it again, and that was a challenge.
So I also have something to say that I'm not standing with the fact that the teacher was like he did right. Actually, every student has the right to hold the teacher accountable to make he or her understand a particular stuff. But you bringing up on a instance that he was comparing, that is comparison we talked about, said, okay, the boy child actually grabbed this stuff fast and you, the female child, actually didn't grab this thing fast. I think in a neutral way, to be very neutral, apart from maybe you must make sure, I wouldn't want to put the child look at it from a very awful perspective. I'll see it's like a perspective to make the girl child understand fast, because when you are being compared, to me, yes, in my own perspective, I would love to also hear when you are being compared, you are being forced to know better. Yes, because growing in a home, for example, growing up in a home like in our Nigeria, the way Nigeria settings is, you always hear as a child growing up, maybe he did something wrong, and you'll be like, you hear your mom or your dad say, is that not so Mr. A's or Mr. B's child doing better? The comparison has been there in most homes, especially in our culture or in our society in Nigeria. So I don't really think that comparison is to do better, not to put faults.
Okay, can I get to you that you said comparison can put a girl to depression?
Okay, in what aspect? Like how? Like
Sally. Okay, let me use myself for an instance. When I was growing up, my mom always compared me to a particular girl.
Okay.
And I'll be like, why does she compare me with this particular girl? Because we both sell the same thing, and she helps her mom, I help my mom. But because maybe the girl wakes up very early, go to the shop, clean, and I wake up a bit late, so I'll be like, you cannot be like her. Why you always lazy? And I told her that, why do you compare me with someone? I started to think, what makes her better than me? I was going through trauma because every day I see her, I feel she's the reason my mom is always comparing me to her. And to God be the glory, I am here today and she's not even up to this space. Because at the end of the day, mommy discovered that person she was comparing me to wasn't even good enough. She was just trying to put on art so that people will like her.
Okay, so you said comparison actually puts a lot of female child to depression. I'm not a female child, so I don't really know about that. But from a perspective as a boy child, since we are going with girl child, yes, I would love to say that so far in the world, when a guy is being compared, it's a pushing force for him or her to do better, because I know so many times that personally I've compared myself with a lot of people. And I'll always be like, I need to do better. Now, one thing about comparison, I think we you, the female child advocates, or the female child as a whole, I don't really know, has failed to understand is that when comparison is being set, you are to do better. Not to do better, but like not to do better above your capacity. Just do better. At least in that aspect, you know, there are so many people, for example, a criminal. Yes, there can be a criminal and you'll be like, oh, this guy is a criminal. Nobody will actually compare you with a criminal, right? But this criminal could just have a talent. Let me put of a simple talent of singing. You understand? And he has a very good voice. He can sing very, very well, or she can sing very, very well. You two at the same time, you want to be a good vocalist. I want to be a good singer. You can actually compare yourself with that criminal. Why? Because he has, yes, because he has that talent. You're not comparing him because of who he is. You're comparing him with yourself because you want to do better. You be like, I want to be a good singer. I've looked at, oh, this criminal, I want to be like him one day. Not to be like him, you want to be a criminal. You want to be a good vocalist like him one day. You understand what I'm trying to say? So when we talk about it, we should not generalize comparison. We should look at a particular aspect this comparison is coming from and propel to do better. Okay, you wanted to say something, so yeah, I'll give you that chance.
You try to say a criminal, like he has the ability to sing very well. Okay, fine, that criminal has the ability to sing. Why can't he monetize it? And why does he have to go to criminalism? And why do you think someone wants to look at what he's doing, as his talent of singing, and want to be like him?
Okay,
I doubt that.
Okay, this is one particular stuff I've seen so far especially in our culture in Nigeria. When your image, when a stigma is on you, nobody wants to care about what you have to offer anymore. And that has been the challenge of the society. But me in person, I've grown up to understand that no matter the stigma you have, you still have something to offer. That is yes, that you are even bringing me back to a little to help you advocate for the girl child. Now, for example, a girl child is being raped, and being raped, the society knows there is a stigma on you. You are being raped, and it could actually affect your marital life. Am I lying? No. It could actually affect your marital life, because somebody will be like, maybe you want to come and get married, and somebody will just be like, no, don't go. That girl was being raped maybe 10 times. She's not good for marriage. So, when we are talking about these particular stigmas, we also have to look out for what does this person has to offer. He's a criminal, no doubt. She has been raped, no doubt. But that doesn't stop that person from having what to offer to the society.
So let's see, use an example of a girl that is being raped. First of all, when that girl was being raped, they took something from her.
Okay.
And secondly, if care is not taken, that girl cannot be herself again. I used to follow this gospel singer, I don't call his name. Now, his wife was raped years back before he met her.
Okay.
And due to the fact that she didn't have anyone to speak for her, she didn't have anyone to fight back for her, she kept it inside. She was going through pain. And not like she met her husband and she confided in him and told him everything before they got married. And he told her that he's going to get justice for her. So you can imagine a rape that happened when she was younger. She got justice when she was older.
Okay, it's not about... I think I need to give you this space to actually advocate for the girl child. It's no matter what. It's not about the stigma. I emphasized on the stigma because why I use criminal was, okay, let me use from the boy child aspect. He's a criminal, blah, 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 and all the rest. He can still have what to offer the society. Now, she has been raped. But now, what you have to do, or I think you should advocate for, is even if you are raped, you will have to come out from that dark room. Come out from being depressed. Find something for yourself. You have what to offer to the society. You have what to offer to the community. Being raped is just a stigma that you can free yourself from. Like he said, he is a gospel musician. Got married to a woman that was raped when she was younger. But now getting married, is that stigma still there? No. Nobody can bring it up to our face that we were raped. Nobody. The first time I don't even know the musicians. That's what you're talking about. So and it could, even not careful, it could be my favorite musician, and I know the wife very well. You understand what I'm saying? So the stigma, what you have, I think I should give you a chance to advocate for is, no matter the stigma, come out from there. You can actually still wipe off this stigma. You can clean it off. Being a criminal doesn't mean you're a criminal for life. Yes, for example, you stole, and every community know you stole, you were taken to the prison, you are brought out, you can start something new. Okay, let me just go. I don't really love going down deep into religion, but let me just go down to the case of Apostle Paul. Right now, let me say, Apostle Paul was well known for persecuting the children of God. Yes, he was known for that. Then, upon that, on his way to, was it Damascus, to persecute the children of God, that was where God held him down. And he was changed. You understand? He was a changed being from that moment. And Apostle Paul made it to be one of the greatest apostle as that in the New Testament. So no matter what stigma, you can actually break through from it. It doesn't mean you should be depressed. You should be telling them, no, don't be depressed. I know they get depressed. Yes, everybody has one stigma or the other to pass through. But how you break through from it is your testimony, is your history.
Fine, that's true. Any girl that goes through depression, rejection, comparison, she can actually come out of it. But first, she also needs someone to also help her heal quickly. She doesn't need someone to make her feel she's not even wanted. A girl that is going through depression, first of all, and comparison, if she has someone that tells her, baby girl, you can do it, you can skate through, you can actually become something in the future, I think that girl can have something to write about. But if she is always being talked down on, how can she be better?
That question should not be thrown to me. That question, no. Because you shouldn't ask me the question. I'm not the girl child advocate here. You're the girl child advocate. That question is the question I had in mind to ask you. Okay, you guys, yes. You don't have anybody. In fact, you don't have anybody to pamper you, the baby girl treatment. Because you know, I see baby's girl treatment. It's because they are looking for somebody to actually be like a shoulder to rely on. That's what you're looking for. Then, you know how it's all the person. No, I should be asking you as the girl child advocate. What do you think is the solution to this problem? No, you're not.
First of all, the solution to this problem is for her to throw away the old her and pick up the new she.
Then how does she do this? We need the process, because a lot of us, hold on. A lot of our audience out there are actually passing through this problem. They are actually passing through it. Like, they are facing depression one way or the other. You understand? They're actually passing through all these stigmas and all the rest. And they're actually looking out for a way one day to pass throughout. Or someone, they could come across this video and listen to it and be like, okay, yes, this video has actually taught me, this is the process I need to follow. This is what I need to do. You can't just tell me to wake up one morning and forget my old self. Do you think it's that easy? It's not easy.
Healing takes time.
Yeah, now what is the process of this healing? That's what we need to know. That's what they need.
Therefore, she has to get off that old memories. She has to wake up every day and do some affirmation. Tell herself that she can be better. Start to watch videos that talks about becoming better, and not feed her mind with old videos of emotions, trauma. She can get journal, get books. She can come out, dress up, do some little makeup to lighten her face, be with friends that will talk good of her, friends that want to see her succeed, friends that want to take her out so she can forget about the old her and become the new she.
So one of the major procedures, one of the major process you've given to me, and I've captured that is to look for a way, go out there, make out friends, not just friends, but friends that will know your worth, that will know your value, that would brighten you up, right? And read journals, read books, filter your videos you watch to something encouraging. That is such a big process. Now let's go down to, how do you think, for example, I've woken up one morning, okay, for example, a girl child, let me not use myself, I'm not a girl child, okay, it will be like, okay, a girl child wake up some morning and be like, okay, I will make this affirmation, I will be great, I will do better, this and that, this is my affirmation, I refuse to be down. You make that affirmation in the morning, you dress up, you brighten up your face, you refuse to be indoor and go out of the house. But just stepping out, you just see one neighbor tap the blah, blah, blah. Don't be like that girl that they raped to. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just trying to use the realistic futures. Don't be like that girl that they raped. And you edit what? Loud and clear. Already, you made affirmation. One part of your heart is what? Down. Yes, one part of that affirmation is gone. Now, maybe you'll be like, I made this affirmation. So we just continue the video. And we went out there and you tried to make some friends and everybody around there is just like, no, I can't have a conversation with somebody that was raped. I'm just using that as an example. And your efforts for the day goes useless. You try, maybe within your community, it's not working. What do you think they can do? You come back home, you try watching your videos and you see the videos aren't. Have you come across the parts? Okay, let me just use. Have you come across some parts that you are watching a motivational video, something that is supposed to motivate you, but this thing is not motivating you. Like, it's not, you're crying the more, you're seeing more reasons to weep. So what do you do in such cases?
In such cases, just like healing has to start with the mind. Because if she goes out and someone like, don't be like that girl you rape, she shouldn't put ears to that. It can be heartbreaking, it can be very discouraging. But if she keep pushing and being optimistic, she will know that she can scale through. That's why I said healing is a very long process. It takes time, but at the end, the result is always good. So before she thinks about, yes, they'll condemn her. Even the example you give about Paul, even when he came back to meet his people, they were like, how did you become a carrier on board when you are already on our side? The rejections happened there, but because he was optimistic, he said that no, that look at, he has already know the process of God, and that is why he said he's no longer called Saul, that his name is now Paul.
Okay. I think there's one thing I'm actually looking out for you to say, but you're actually not giving me that particular word I need. I think the first process, personally, the first process for you to come out from your stigma, for you to heal yourself, is leaving your environment, getting out of that box. Yes, I think so. Because why do I think so? Still staying in that environment can easily still break you. Now, when Apostle Paul, let me come back to the biblical scripture. When Apostle Paul was actually captured by God, was like, okay, repent. Apostle Paul didn't go to meet any of the apostles of Jesus, because if it had been he went there, they would be like, Paul or Saul, you that is killing Christians is coming to tell us, no, this one is a new strategy to get us. They won't believe him. Paul actually went to a place that he was not known. That was where he started. Before coming back, and though they rejected him, but with time, he was accepted. So I think the best advice you could give out to your fellow girl child is come out of the box. Fuck everything off and come out of it. Yes, that's
You have to use the F word.
no, like you just have to leave everything behind and just get out of the box and you start your affirmation. Leaving your environment, you start the affirmation, you start reading, you start all the rest procedures. But I will still love to come back to a very simple part. What actually took you down to the journey of being a girl child advocate? What gave you that mind? I want to be a girl child advocate. What is that thing you pass through? Because you won't just wake up and say you woke up one day and start being a girl child advocate. No, there's something you actually pass through and you'll be like, I passed through this thing. I don't want other girls to pass through it. I want to advocate for this. I want to fight for this. So what's that particular thing?
Like I told you the first time I started talking, when my mom was comparing me firstly to my neighbor's child and telling me that she's better than me. So I actually also went to a all-girls school.
Okay.
And during that time in that school, I learned a whole lot. First of all, when we go out for competitions, we discover that sometimes they tell us, like we have other boys school we compare with. So before the competition, they'll tell us they are going to win us. And some of us will be like, that's true. All their boys, they finish their scheme of work before us. They're going to win. And some of us will be like, no. Why are we going to back out or accept defeat when the competition has not even started? And we're going to tell ourselves that we can do it. Even the ones that has negative mindsets, they tend to follow us. And after the competition, we can emerge second or even first place. And you can see they will look up like, how we underrated these girls. There is one particular school that did that. They were Miss School, and when they came, they had BB tab, and we didn't have a phone. So they're like, let's start to do research. We are going to win. And one thing what chat told us that we should believe in ourselves. We should go through the books we've read and memorize it that we can do. It was a debate actually. And after everything we came out first, even those schools that had the big pad, they could not even raise their face again. So I was not like, since people always look down on because we are only girls, why should it be? When we can do better, there's more. Because being a girl does not limit you to anything. It exposes you to a whole lot of things. And it's left for you to be able to tackle anything that comes your way. My journey for being a girl advocate was started from my own school. Firstly, and along the lines, but that there is more, because I always saw people come to our school to tell us, talk to us also about wanted pregnancy, talk about criminalism, talk about stealing and all the rest. And sometimes some of the girls be like, what concern us concern wanted pregnancy? And you will be like, after 9 months has dealt with you, you know the importance of being a girl and keeping yourself till you get married. And I was like, there's points there. So I started having this good feeling about talking to girls, telling them about themselves, how they can be better, how it's not because they are not boys, they can't do anything, they can do a whole lot of things.
Okay, so your journey as an advocate started in your school, in your home, at the same time, comparison and all the rest. So I want to ask a very quick question, and probably it could be the last. But the question is, have you personally, on your own journey, apart from your home of comparison and all the rest, have you been looked down upon? Have you been, yes, because your school, there was, according to you, there was a lot of looking down on you, girls, that you people would be able to win a particular competition or whatsoever. You are always in with the boys, with the male child. So have you personally, on your own side, apart from the schools, let me say, apart from your home, yes, let me not put apart from your home, been looked down upon?
Yes.
Okay, I would just love you to share that brief story. Just share.
Like, I already shared it before.
No, I want you to know. I want you to go down into details so that somebody knows that, okay, this girl actually advocating for us has actually passed through these things. She knows what it means. So we are not just coming out to advocate for something you've never felt. Yeah, so that's just the reason for sharing the brief story.
First of all, the first look down I had was when I saw my period first.
That's crazy. Okay, right on.
So I actually saw my period during JS3 and we're writing our junior work, and I was like, what is this? So I actually said, let me go and meet a female teacher.
Okay.
So she can tell me, ma, please, what is this? And she was like, come on, will you get that from my office? You look so dirty. And why are you here? I said, ma, I don't even know what is this. And she was like, so I should get, and my exam was about to start. And I was crying because on my body, I was just like, ah, what is this? And it was even a a classmate that came and said that what happened. I showed her that. She said, oh, don't you know this? I said, I don't know. She said, okay, it is all menstruation. And she gave me her white handkerchief. And after that day, I was like, why was I looked down by the person I look up to, my teacher? Because she was supposed to be the one to educate me on that aspect.
Okay.
That was the first one.
No, listen, let's say that I have a lot. I already have a lot in there to ask. Because even have you advocate before for female education? Do you advocate for it? Then I think you need to advocate better for that. Because if there is female education, all these things should be something that's right from home. It should be done, let me just say, to me, it should be done right from home. With the little idea I have, I think menstrual flow starts from around 13, 14, if I'm not mistaken. So I think...
So you want us to go into the family now?
No, we are not going into family. But I'm trying to say, if you advocate for it, because it's a very essential part, because you didn't have the opportunity for that female education to be educated in that part. So have you been advocating for that female education? And have you tried your best to also like organize little programs to advocate younger girls? There are little ways you can go to girls' college, girls' schools, go for female orientation programs for them, all it. So have you, in what way have you really advocated for them? Female education,
okay.
Female
talking about the program, we've not really started that, or I've not really started going out for outreach yet. But little way I can, like I have a little community like on WhatsApp where we just talk, diving about what we go through and how to come out of it. First of all, seeing of menstruation as a girl is essential for every girl. Some of them be like, I'm not even seeing my own. I'll be like, don't panic. It depends on your body size. And some be like, my parents haven't even told me about this. Some parents are always busy. They can't even sit the child and be like, we enter this. They've not even taught their child what's called sex education.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say at the same time. If you've tried out your best and you've given me, okay, at least for a start, you've started with your little community in WhatsApp. And I'm also using this medium to tell you that you should not just end in WhatsApp. We should go out there, go to girls' college, discuss. Tell them you want to run a female orientation programs, run it. Even if you just run female orientation programs, at least, if not for the ones that are grown up, at least for the ones that are upcoming, because they are what we call the future of tomorrow. So, the leaders of tomorrow. Yes, they are still. So, all the best. So, I've loved your journey so far, and I've loved our discussion so far. If you want to go this, we'll keep going and keep going and keep going. But last time we had a guest, and the guest was here, and we had a little exercise, and the exercise was to write a letter to his younger self, but which he wrote it out. So I'll just love you to read it out. Mr. Chris, you have to listen out to what he wrote, and the world have to hear what Mr. Chris wrote to his younger self. So please, Ryder.
Dear Big Chris, You reach a milestone of achievement and development further than what you expected. Remember the times you struggle with contentment on implementing your goals. My advice to you is that you find a way to start.
Okay, so that was a letter from Big Chris, and we'd love to proceed now quickly to your own exercise. And the exercise, yes, we have two simple tasks that we do run down here. Now, the simple task, number one task is you have to close your eyes for 60 seconds. Yes, for 60 seconds. Now, what do you do in these 60 seconds? You go back to that room. That time you were like, I want to make sure I advocate for the female child. Look at that time you were looked down, how pained you are. Looked at it. What was that pain? Those pains, those times you've been looked down upon, those times you've been compared to people you never wanted to be. You ate comparison, but you were still compared. I want you to close your eyes, go back to that room, and what you just have to do, say just one word. You just have to say a word. Understand? Just voice it out. Just that one word. We just need that from you.
In one word?
Just one word. After immediately 60 seconds, you just say the one word. Let's go.
What must fast for A?
No, any word at all. Just what you felt. What you felt from there. Anything that you feel, you can generalize everything you pass through.
Can I tell me my time is up?
Okay, no problem. Okay, your time is up.
I am becoming.
Okay, your word after everything is I am becoming. Okay, I have that in my upstairs. Yeah, I am becoming. So the second task is I want you to write a letter to your younger self.
Okay.
Yeah, just write a letter. Just write a letter to your younger self. Then be like, just write something for your younger self when you were young and now who you are. Okay, thank you very much, Miss Blessing, the girl child advocate. And it's my pleasure having you here because personally I've learned a lot. I've gotten a little ideas about girl child, and I would love one day to have you here again for still a conversation. Yes, we'll come to. So, do you have, in conclusion, what do you have to say to the world about the girl child? I want to give you a little minute. Just advocate for them and all you have to say to the girls and out there watching you today.
Okay, my final words. I want to say that I love you, and no matter what, keep pushing and don't stop. Your voice must be heard and you can become better that you can ever imagine.
Okay, so my dear audience, your female child advocate or the girl child advocate has actually told you to keep moving, keep pushing no matter what you're passing through. Don't give up. That's a big word. Keep pushing. And finally, in general, I would love to tell the female child out there, we know that the girl child actually have their problems. I am not in your shoe. I can't understand better because I haven't experienced what you've experienced. But I would love to tell you to get out of the box. Leave your environment. Go out there, explore, and do better. That's all I have to say for the female child. So thank you very much once again, Miss Blessing Godwin, the female child advocate. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And it's nice meeting you. Thank you very much for watching that episode of Let's Talk. I want you to do me a little favor by clicking the like button, comment your thoughts about this episode, who do you want us to bring next, and all the rest. And do me a little favor, click on the subscribe button, turn on your notification button, and at the same time, see you next episode. Thank you for watching.